Yeah, Josh, Drake. Hey, congratulations on your new series, Motorheads.
Thank you so much.
You know what? I thought it was just all about cars and fast driving, but it's much more than that, about family and friendship. But we have to hear from the three of you. What initially drew you that you wanted to be part of this?
Hmm. Well, I felt like it's just it has such a nostalgic feeling, not only in the writing, but once I started filming it, definitely in what we shot, which I was really excited to do. I love that it was set in a small town. I'm from a small town myself, so I felt really close to this character already. And yeah, I also just loved the idea of playing a character that has an internal conflict and something that she's battling with internally. It's something that I really was excited to do. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, Mia said like the nostalgia part of it for sure is I miss TV like this. I miss the feeling of shows that are like this. But then w with Ray specifically, I was excited to play a bad guy. And then as I got the episodes, I was excited to play a bad guy who's more than just an archetypical bad guy. And that's a testament to Johnny, our showrunner's writing ability is.
Josh?
Yeah, it's similar to Drake's, where you're presented with what you think you've seen before, and then, 20 minutes later, you go, who is this person? And instead of relating to one person, you sort of relate to bits of lots of people and those circumstances, which is really cool. And I was also drawn to Johnny's dialogue. I think very often in these sort of YA spaces, doesn't feel like kids are talking to kids, you know what I mean? But there was something really organic, and he often let us put it into sort of a more youthful way of doing things, and yeah, it was so much fun.
Drake, Josh, both of you play different type of villains on this series, and you're both actually very good at it too. Tell us about the approach of playing a villain that is so despicable, and how do you get it off at the end of the day?
Well, honestly, it was funny. It's funny you say that because Josh and I, in the pre-production of the film, and then kind of throughout the film, we would hang out and talk about it a lot. Because one of the things that we talk about is that the important thing to us about playing a villain was that we didn't see ourselves as villains. That we were justified in what we were doing, that we had justification to do everything that our characters were going to do. So that was really important to us is to find like the humanity. Um, and I'm proud of what we kind of came up with together.
Yeah,
Josh?
we sort of came to an understanding of the harder we'd advocate for these villains or these rivals, the better the show was going to be. It's only as good as its obstacle, and I think we're pretty formidable obstacles. So I think it's going to be a really fun watch for anyone who tunes in.
And Mia, your character is like at a crossroads because you're a good character, but you're like stuck between the worlds of goodness and villainous. Tell us about that, being stuck in that.
Yeah, I think it was something that kind of feels very close to Alicia. I think she really does feel like an outsider on the inside. I think she understands what her social standing is, and I think she's, aware of her privilege. But there is a part of her, the sensitive thinker in her that's so I think she feels misunderstood in that way. So there's a crossroads internally. There's a crossroads between these two people that she's interested in and has a lot of feelings for. So yeah, it's juicy.
Josh, Drake, you both of you get behind the wheels in this series. Tell us about that experience, and do you feel bad handing it over to the stunt driver?
Oh my God. We were talking about that earlier. It's the most depressing thing to get like right up to the cool part, and then you have to like step out of the car, and then you're just waiting until they do the drifting, and then you hop back in. But
Yeah, yeah. It was such a look, I was a little relieved handing it over because these are very expensive, very cool cars that I've absolutely no business sort of tearing down the road. But I think it was Dan Skeen was sort of head of stunts, and they are an absolute weapon of a team. I think they just came from filming, I think season 3 of The Boys or something. So they were probably seasoned for a car racing show. So it was really cool just to sit back, watch them, and be like, my job's to do the talking, their jobs to look cool, and they're just absolutely killing it. Yeah.
And one last thing, Mia, were you jealous of the boys behind the wheels?
Such a good question. I really, really was. However, I feel like I think I said this because I'm Australian. I drive on the left side of the road. I don't drive in here. I live in New York now, so I don't have a car. And I feel like I would have the pressure. Even like you guys weren't obviously doing the big races and stuff, but you guys were still in the car driving little bits. I feel like the pressure of braking the car or reversing and hitting somebody, I think I would panic. But I also think I would move through it and would have had a really good time. So yes,
Well said. To the three of you, thank you very much for speaking to us about Motorheads. Everyone's going to be delighted to watch this.
Oh, thank you so much for being here.
Hey, thank you.
You too.
Bye now.